Hey, Max?
What?
Hit that air raid sign. It's time for Monday Morning Fallout. Monday Morning Fallout, of course, when we overreact to everything from the football.
Well, you've already gotten warm.
Weekend. I've already warmed up.
With one
warmed
rant.
up. It's going to be hot. It's a hot show.
Yeah.
It's a hot show.
Heads up.
Let's start. 3 big thoughts. First of all, Texas high school football chaos.
Sure.
We'll get into a number of the bigger upsets across the state, but we have now that we're getting into district play, deeper into district play, this is when the chaos really takes hold because in non-district play, if you drop a game, it's not ideal, but it doesn't really matter.
Right.
You know,
stakes are higher now.
Stakes are a lot higher.
And to be fair, I think what makes the chaos sort of go over the edge, what makes it truly chaotic is a lot of these wins you're not expecting.
No.
You're expecting teams to take care of business, and someone else has other ideas.
Absolutely. And I'll give you a perfect example. I don't know if you caught this, but this caught my eye. I didn't even see it until Saturday morning. Okay?
Yeah.
I was doing the Fox Sports Southwest thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
wonder
even
if
see
it's the same one. I'll bring up one like this, too. All right.
Is it New Caney Porter?
No, it's not. But they're on a roll still.
New Caney Porter beat Dayton.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you could now say, like, New Caney Porter, a team that I don't have a magazine.
Yeah.
I think we had them 7th in that district.
Probably.
6th or so.
Yeah.
I know we did not have them in the playoffs.
No.
They are now in the catbird seat to win that district.
Yeah.
To win that district.
Yeah.
Coach Jim Hawley doing work at New Caney Porter.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive
Heck of a
stuff.
season they're putting together.
Really fun stuff there. But then what was the one you were thinking of?
This one, you know what? It took until I went through the scores on Saturday morning. I'd already gone through them the night before, and I didn't even see this. Joaquin beat Alto.
How about that, right?
Whoa!
Yeah.
I was like, whoa!
I mean,
Joaquin,
that was a game
look at you.
That was a game that was on our radar, but
Yeah.
it was like, okay, Alto's the favorite here. Pretty clear favorite.
This is what Alto always does.
Exactly
They
right.
just run this district.
So I was stunned by that. And then Matt Stepp has a great piece up on TexasFootball.com, which you can go see. His 10 thoughts. He does it every Friday or does every Sunday.
Read for Texas high
great.
school fans.
He's got a great piece about District 2-6A, the Little Southwest Conference.
Another chaotic one.
Okay, so you've got 2 unbeaten teams in the Little Southwest Conference. San Angelo Central, not necessarily surprising, especially early on. We kind of caught wind of the fact that this may be a special Bobcats group.
Sure.
The other one, Midland.
Yeah.
So they look like locks to go into the playoffs.
Yeah, they had a nice start.
But
yeah.
the 3rd and 4th place spots in this district is going to be a war.
Yeah.
Tascosa, Friendship, Midland Lee, Permian, who's now 0-2 in district, by the way.
Yeah.
But 2-6A is going to be an absolute war for those final 2 spots. Again, Midland and Central seem like pretty good bets to make the playoffs.
Go with you there.
The other 2, wide open. But that's the kind of chaos that we've come to expect now. Now that we're heading into week 8. Can you believe that? Week 8. We've been playing for 2 months.
A double-digit October day right now.
Nuts.
I cannot believe this.
Pretty nuts. Okay. Big thought number 2. Playing with fire.
There's a few teams.
Talking specifically about the college ranks. Okay. Because I think in the 2 most prominent games, which is funny because I'm not talking about Texas OU.
I know, right? Red River,
in the
like
2 most notable results from the weekend, they were examples of playing with fire with different results.
Sure.
You look at Texas A&M.
Right.
Texas A&M, I tweeted it. I flipped. They went up 35-21, and I
turned it off.
And I said, okay, cool, Jen, we can go. I told my wife we can go to my parents' house now because my little brother was in town. We can go to my parents' house. They're gonna win 35-21.
That's right.
I get there. I was like, oh, okay, flipping. And my brother's an Arkansas grad, and so he's watching Arkansas, Alabama.
Yeah.
Did not go well for Arkansas.
Yeah.
And
did you see the
and then all of a sudden they break in with and here's here's Tennessee tying the game. I'm like, what? So I go back and I end up watching the end of that game, and Texas A&M absolutely positively tried to give that thing away.
Yeah, it was UCLA all over again.
They have a closing problem.
They have a closing problem, and it's especially frustrating because they were clearly the better team.
Absolutely,
they were clearly the better team against UCLA.
Questionably the better team,
and it undercuts their perception. It really does, because I think Texas A&M's pretty good.
I think
at this point we have enough evidence to go, that's a pretty good team.
I think Texas A&M's pretty good, but at the same time, they have not shown me an ability to just put the hammer down.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? To be fair, they had the hammer play to put it away,
and Christian Kirk
fumble out of the back of the end zone.
Why is this so difficult?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just dumb.
It wasn't Christian Kirk, was it? It was someone else. I don't think it was Christian Kirk. It wasn't one of the receivers. It was someone else. I'll have to look.
Okay, we'll look it up. But anyway, so there's one example.
Yeah.
The other example,
maybe Caraway.
Maybe Caraway.
Yeah.
Here's the other example.
Yeah.
We're talking about Houston and Navy, and we brought this up. Oh man, I love being right.
It doesn't happen that often.
I brought this up with a Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
Right. That Cincinnati game. Houston got beat for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
They got beat for 3 quarters, and they played with fire.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh wait,
we should probably win.
We're a lot better than them,"
Yeah.
and go vroom, and zoom past them.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I made that point when they played Cincinnati. The same thing looked like it was happening with Navy.
Yeah.
They go through, and they had no answer for Navy's offense. Just none.
Yeah.
Just none.
Yeah, and Mike Craven, our senior writer, pointed out, he's like, you don't get penetration on the line,
No.
and you don't fill the gaps quick enough with the linebackers, the option's going to give you a lot of trouble. And they didn't do either.
Mm-hmm. It's it's just amazing that they that they played with fire. Yeah. But then it looked like
they looked like okay.
Fourth quarter rolls around, and I'm like, all right, here they come. Yeah. And even with about 6 minutes left, even with them punting it away, down by 7.
They'll punt this, but they'll get it back one more time.
Down by 7,
it's
like they're gonna punt this away, and they're gonna get that big turnover.
Yeah,
they're gonna get that big turnover, and instead it gets snapped over the punter's head.
Yeah, and that was it.
And that's church.
That's it.
That's ball game at that point. Yeah. And so Houston loses their first game because of another tendency to play with fire.
Right.
And you just can't
to be fair, tough opponent.
Sure.
You know.
And thought number 3, messages sent. I'm speaking specifically about a couple of squads.
Okay.
Lake Travis. Big game of the week.
Yeah.
Big game down there in the Austin area playing rival Westlake. And I don't know that I picked Lake Travis. Right. You picked Lake Travis. Yeah. I think all 4 of us picked Lake Travis.
We all
Is that right?
Yeah.
All 4 of the DCTF staff picked Lake Travis. But I think we all also went into that thinking, okay, this game's probably going to be close. Yeah. I think it's, maybe one team wins by 10 points.
Yeah.
But that was about what we were thinking. 2 pretty evenly matched.
I thought it would be a blowout, but not this kind of blowout, but I thought it'd be a blowout.
49-7.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the final?
Yeah.
49-7. Lake Travis drubs Westlake.
Right.
There is an asterisk here that Sam Ellinger went out, but he was also in there for full first
I've
first
talked to
half.
a couple people who were at the game on both sides, Westlake and Lake Travis people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they were down 14-0 at that point, even before he got hurt, and it looked bad already. Yeah. It looked like they were going to get run.
And so, let's be clear, Ellinger doesn't play defense.
Right.
They give him 49 points. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
The other message, and Matt Stebb again mentions this in his piece on TexasFootball.com.
Right.
The Woodlands. Did you see what they did to Beaumont Westbrook?
God. They went 2-7.
They went to Beaumont Westbrook. Okay. Ooh. They went to Westbrook, who was undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated, and beat them 72-7. 72-7. The worst loss in Westbrook history.
That's not great.
So it is ridiculous. Those were absolutely impressive messages that were sent. 3 helmet stickers. Friendship running back Garrison Johnson.
It's pretty good.
357 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Really impressive stuff for Garrison Johnson. I hate to give it to a kid from out of state.
I object to this completely. This is uncalled for.
He's a Texas high school football kid, man. And he
issue.
did it in Texas.
He
did it in Texas.
No.
Cameron Yo, wide receiver, D.D. Westbrook,
no,
who torched Texas for Oklahoma. I know you're upset, but real respect,
How dare you give any respect to the state of Oklahoma?
Real respect, real. D.D. Westbrook torched him.
Don't leave Texas.
And Crum quarterback Brandon Reeves, 245 yards and 7 touchdowns rushing.
Every week.
158 yards passing. Yeah. And they come out with a huge win over Iowa Park.
Yeah. Triple overtime,
is that right? Man, impressive win over previously unbeaten Iowa Park. Gary Robinson's Crum Bobcats looking very good. 3 teams to watch. How about Clear Springs? It's really funny. On Fox Football Friday, powered by DCTF, we were talking. We did this whole thing. We were talking about Dickinson. And it's like, man, Dickinson, unbeaten. And I was like, perfect. We just talked with Coach John Snelson.
Right.
He's feeling really good about his Gators and stuff. And like we do this whole 2-minute segment about it, and then Aaron Hardigan checks her Twitter and goes, hey, by the way, we got a final. Clear Springs beats Dickinson 24-7 or something, like 26-7. I'm like, oh, well, never mind. Clear Springs cracking our 6A top 25 and very, very deserving. UTSA.
I know, right?
You called it, man.
Told you, weird football.
Weird football in the Alamodome. But you know what? This wasn't weird football. This was UTSA coming out and just beating them.
I'm just telling you, heavily favored teams in the Alamodome, weird stuff happens.
And they came out and throttled them.
Yeah.
They looked that looked like
Frank. You wonder when the shoe was going to drop, and it just never really did.
That looked like they were buying what Frank Wilson was selling.
Yeah, man.
That was really impressive.
Nice win.
And how about Perryton, the Rangers? Yeah. The Rangers are now remain unbeaten there, or rather, they are 6-1 rather. The one loss comes to Dumas, a 5A team.
Yeah, much bigger team, and who's also undefeated, by the way.
This team is very, very good.
Yeah.
Watch out for Perryton. The Rangers looking very good.
Maybe tough because they're closer to Kansas than most places in Texas.
3 teams to worry about. Euless Trinity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, remember how we didn't mention their game with Byron Nelson because we just kind of assumed that they would beat a winless Byron Nelson team by 100? Yeah. Byron Nelson beats them 21-20 in overtime. This game was scoreless at halftime.
Shades of South Grand Prairie last year, but Nelson not as good.
And now that's 2 consecutive losses. Yeah. They've lost to South Lake Carroll, and now South Lake Carroll is one you go, okay, well, that's a good team. It's a good
right.
team.
Yeah.
They lose at home to Byron
There
Nelson.
was a time, like 3 weeks ago, where we're like, hey, maybe Trinity's the team in 6A. Maybe we don't realize it.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Houston, I mean, look, we've said what we need to say. It stinks. They're done with the college football playoff. Now their best hope is they got to hope for, they got to hope for a New Year's Six Bowl.
They got to win out to get to the Cotton Bowl, I think.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Which just sucks.
Yeah.
And Carthage, second consecutive loss for Carthage. They lose to a good Kilgore team. Now,
I wrote about this in Friday Night 5. This district.
Who knows, right?
This is what happened last year.
Just
Kilgore, at one point in this district last year, looked like the best team in the district. I'm on paper. Like, the records showed that Kilgore was better than Henderson and Carthage. Mm-hmm. Henderson didn't even make the playoffs. Carthage ends up making a state semifinal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the weirdest district.
It's
they're all
the
reality.
District.
And we talk with the East Texas coaches about this. 9-4, very good district.
It's just a meat grinder. Yeah.
It's a meat grinder, and things like this happen.
Mm-hmm. So
unbelievable.
That's Monday Morning Fallout.